It doesn't get much more beautiful than this. I have got the Atlantic Ocean behind me for miles and miles and miles. In fact, nothing between here and Antarctica. In front of me, I've got the famous Knysna Lagoon with a beautiful sunrise happening right now. I'm perched on a little farm strip on the east head of Knysna, and I thought this would be a great idea to start a bush flying Africa series. A series where I fly around to all different spots within South Africa and hopefully into Africa eventually, showing you all the beautiful places that you can go fly. My biggest problem when I started flying was that I had no resource, no content like this in order to know where to fly. The biggest thing was to fly for breakfast and come back, which in my opinion is probably the most boring way to fly. So in this video, I'm going to go through all the different areas within Knysna, the scenic areas to fly in, the places that you can land. Unfortunately, you cannot land on this strip without prior permission, but there are many other strips around that you can land on. So what a good way to start a series like this, being in the most, in my opinion, beautiful town of South Africa.
Right, the first little viewing point that we're going to show you is the famous Knysna Heads. So this is what Knysna has become famous for. Lots of shipwrecks down there with people trying to get goods in and out of Knysna. Beautiful, beautiful spot with sheer cliff faces, houses right on the cliff, and then an awesome water channel which feeds the Knysna Lagoon. That is the Knysna Lagoon out there. Yeah, we call it an estuary. That estuary is home to many species which are native only to Knysna, such as the Knysna seahorse. So a wealth of life out there. So as we sort of climb over the western head of Knysna, we enter an area called Brenton. This is a little residential area here. So what we tend to do with the aeroplanes is just fly them a little bit out to sea, maybe about half a mile out to sea again, so we're not annoying any people on the ground. And as you can see, absolutely beautiful beach, which extends all the way around to an area called Buffalo Bay. So we're going to descend a little bit, keep it over the waves, and head towards Buffalo Bay. So I think you are now starting to see why I feel like this is the most beautiful place in South Africa. You have got just a mixture of so many different scenic sites, from beaches to cliffs to beautiful forests to the head, for example. There's just so much to see here, and yeah, to start this series, I'm already going to put Knysna at the top of my list. Let's see if we can maybe find another few places that may top something like this. But there's nothing quite like it. Knysna is incredible. Yeah, this is just so fun. Honestly. Yeah, there's nothing quite like flying at the coast. I mean, we're in between the waves here, next to a beach, no one in sight for miles now, and there's just some freedom and like amazing feeling about doing stuff like this. Okay, so we've come inland from the shore. We're now flying over a lake just to the eastern side of Sedgefield. So as you can see, this, like, the diversity just keeps coming. So lake, ocean, heads, lagoon, there's just so much to see here. And we'll now enter an area which is kind of like the sort of foresty area. So there's a lot of planted forest out here. So planted forest being the pine plantations that are around here, but a lot of indigenous forest to the north of Knysna, which actually you can explore by vehicle as well. Lots of 4x4ing trails, lots of hiking trails, all sorts of stuff to do inland of Knysna as well. So we're gonna kind of follow some of these little valleys that are here in Knysna. Alright, so we are on our way back to Highway Airfield, often referred to as Knysna Airfield. Highway Airfield is actually situated on a dairy farm. So now we're currently flying over the Knysna forest. So this is the indigenous forest of the area. We've got a river running beneath us and covered with these valleys. Highway traffic in your Delta Toll is 3 miles to the southwest of the field, inbound for landing. And I think that's kind of the idea of this series, is to show people the beautiful sights of these areas that we are so privileged to fly in, and the freedom that we have to fly in these areas. It's incredible. And the nicest thing about flying down at the air is just so thick. I've got so much maneuverability at 49 knots. And the approach speed is obviously a little bit less than what we used to in Johannesburg. And we're sliding through the grass. Oh, the grass is so wet.
So with any low-level flying along the beach, it is very important to get all the salt that might have built up on the aircraft, just to avoid any rust of any kind. So that is what I'm doing now, and that is essentially our tour of Knysna. We did the Knysna heads with the little strip there. We flew over the heads themselves, down Brenton Beach, Buffalo Bay, onto the wild side, followed incredible valleys on the way here. And this is why I think this is one of the most beautiful places to do bush flying, or in fact any type of flying, to be honest. So highly, highly recommend it. If you're ever planning a trip down to Knysna with an aircraft, these are the things you can do here. So enjoy, and I'm gonna continue spraying this aircraft down, and then we'll see you in the next video.